Hello and welcome everybody to Skyrim Guides, where we learn how to be successful, have fun, kick ass, and chew bubblegum. In this session, we'll take a look at the light versus heavy armor, the long age question. Should I choose heavy armor or light armor? Heavy armor is offers more protection, but you can't sneak with it, and it's extremely heavy, so it's very hard to carry a whole bunch of loot with you. Additionally, you can't really sprint in heavy armor; it just burns through your stamina very quickly. Light armor doesn't have all those disadvantages, but then again, it doesn't offer as much protection. All right, so go ahead and look at this. I start a new character just to make sure I have neither light nor heavy armor skills. So I can see bare minimum heavy armor, bare minimum light armor. So let's go ahead and take a look at the different sets of armors we have. All right, so we are able to collect some of the heavy armor. Right, so the Imperial heavy armor. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, two, and the helmet. There we go. Cool. All right, so this is a full set of heavy armor. All right, no no skills in heavy armor, just bare minimum. All right, let's take a look. We have armor rating of 68. Now, what does this mean? What does the armor rating of 68 points mean? We don't know that, right? So let's take a look at the wiki. Very good wiki site over here. All right, so it's unofficial Elder Scroll pages in here. So we have armor. So the way armor works in Skyrim, you can see over here. Let me go ahead and zoom in. There we go. Cool. All right. Okay. There. All right. Basically, right here, each point of armor rating reduces damage by 0.12%. Awfully little, right? However, there's another little thing that you may not know by just playing the game, but in here, over here, base damage reduction of 3% per piece worn. So hidden armor rating of 25 per piece worn, including shields. So every piece of armor you're wearing, helmet, chest, gauntlets, and glaives, add 25 points of armor, hidden points of armor. That doesn't show up in there, but still takes into account. All right, so we can see here base damage reduction percentage, displayed armor rating. Okay, so 68 times 1.2.012 plus 3% times the number of pieces worn. So we have helmet, chest, gauntlets, glaives. All right, so it's 4. All right, let's take a look. Let me run a calculator. Let's take a look at how much damage reduction I'm actually getting from this heavy armor, very heavy armor. All right, so it was 68 times 0.12, right, plus 3 times 4, 12. There we go. We got 20% damage reduction. Wearing this heavy armor without any skill, neither heavy or light armor, we got 20% damage reduction. All right, let's take a look at this. It is 4 points weight. Just looking at the weight here, 8, 4, 8. It's pretty heavy, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at light armor. So Imperial light armor, boots, bracelets, helmet. Let's go ahead and just take a look at this one. Yeah, that looks better. All right, cool. It's more expensive. All right. So at the same time, let's go ahead and wear light armor. All right. So light armor is a lot lighter. So here's Imperial light armor, just most basic stuff we can find. All right. So it offers 51 points of armor rating. All right. All right. And so go ahead and take a look at how much protection this light armor allows us. All right. So I have 51 points of armor. 51 times 1.2 over here. We can see it over here. All right, plus 12. All right, so light armor offers us 18% damage reduction. All right, so at level 1, right at the beginning, heavy armor offers us 20% damage resistance, while light armor offers us 18% damage resistance. So it just basically means that wearing heavy armor at the very early stage of the game is probably useless. It's a lot of heavy weight to be dragging around for this extra measly 2% of damage resistance. So basically, it just means you don't want to start with heavy armor. Heavy armor starting with heavy armor doesn't really give you additional protection, just adds you extra weight. However, once you do get very high level armor, like later stage armor, and you start getting to smithing, you improve your heavy armor a lot. That's when the differences really shine. So for heavy armor to actually be significantly stronger than light armor, you actually have to really get into smithing. All right. So in the smithing, if you use light armor, if you decide to go with light armor, you pretty much go with left side of the smithing. Go elven armor, then scale armor and plate armor. Plate armor is heavy armor, and also there's Nordic armor goes in there too, which is heavy armor, right? So you have on the left side you have all the light armors and heavy armors, while on the right side you get dwarven, orcish, ebony, etc. Mostly they are all most of them are heavy armors. I believe there's one type of armor. Yeah, one of the light armors actually goes in here. But basically, if you have light armor, you go on the left side. If you go heavy armor, you either go on the left side or on the right side. So if you go with the left armor and you want to get maximum armor rating, which we can see over here, maximum armor. Let's see, where was it? Armor cap. There it is. Okay. 5. All right, there it is. All right. So the maximum armor rating is 567 without a shield. You shouldn't use a shield. It's lame. Make it a bit larger. All right, it's 556 points without a shield. So once you reach armor rating of 556, your maximum 80% physical reduction. So there's no point of going any further. So once you get to 556 armor rating, that's it. It's done. All right. So back to the game. Okay, so on my playthroughs that I've done, many playthroughs using light armor and heavy armor, usually if you just really push your your smithing and enchanting, etc., usually by glass smithing, glass armor is where I finally reach the maximum cap by having armor rating of 567, right? So with light armor, you pretty much have to really work very hard, but you can get there without having to go all the way to dragon armor. Dragon armor is really optional. If you really take care of your smithing and stuff, you'll definitely get uh, uh, maximum armor rating before dragon armor. With heavy armor, I was always able to get to the maximum armor rating with just steel plate armor over here, or on this side when I walk this way, orcish armor. So with heavy armor, you don't have to work as much in smithing. You don't have to improve your smithing as much just to get to the maximum armor, which is, as we can see here, just 567 points if you're wearing everything. However, on my playthroughs, I usually don't wear a helmet, just because heroes don't wear a helmet. So you do take a huge penalty for not wearing a helmet. I realize that, but let's go ahead and take it off. All right, so not only do I lose the 12 points of armor it provides, I also lose the 25 points of armor that's hidden. 25 points of hidden armor. All right, let's go ahead and also, meanwhile, here, let's take a look at some of the perks. All right. All right, so one of the biggest things very useful about heavy armor is actually half falling damage. If you're a really tough character, you have maximum magic resistance, maximum physical resistance, and magical resistance, etc. The only thing that can really kill you is fall damage. You can't be killed by any other means. So I found this one useful on my playthroughs when I have a completely overpowered character, because that falling damage is the only thing that can actually kill me. All right, and let's see, level 50. Where is it? Fist of Steel, yes. And also heavy armor allows you to put the armor rating into the punching ability. So whenever you get into brawls, where you're fighting people, punching them and stuff, yeah, it's very useful perk to have your gauntlets, heavy armor gauntlets, added to your damage of punching. So it's much easier to brawl people. And while wearing heavy armor, you'll be really looking towards this skill over here, which makes your armor doesn't slow you down at all. So it level 70, that'll take you a very long time to get there. But once you get there, heavy armor becomes weightless. You can sprint with it as if you're wearing nothing at all. So this will take a very long time to reach it. But once you get there, then all your heavy armor problems go away. At this point, heavy armor becomes superior than light armor in every possible aspect. Well, except you still can't sneak in it. All right, so this is my take on heavy armor. Let's go ahead and take a light armor. So light armor has far fewer perks to work with, so it's very nice. You can dedicate all the perks everywhere else. However, it doesn't really have that much. At level 50, you get that light armor doesn't weight anything, it doesn't slow you down. However, light armor really doesn't slow you down anyway. It's really lightweight to begin with. So this perk is really optional, like take it or leave it, it doesn't matter. Like light armor really doesn't slow you down to begin with anyway, so it's kind of almost useless. And the biggest one, actually, the one I like, is this one. The stamina regenerates 50% faster. So yeah, that's a very nice perk. That's like because you use stamina for sprinting, for attacking, and everything. And 50% stamina regeneration is just really cool. Not only you waste less stamina running around in light armor, but also regeneration much faster. And yeah, it only takes 60 points experience level, so it's not very difficult to get. All right. Yeah, and everything else, of course. Yeah, you do lose a lot of bonus armor if you're not wearing helmet, which I don't. So I miss out on this perk. I don't care. The game is so easy. I'm always overpowered. I don't care. And also, you have this one if wearing a matching set of light armor. And again, this will not apply if I'm not wearing a helmet. So yeah, I miss out on those two perks as well every time. Just because I don't care. I just don't care. Heroes don't wear helmets. Alright, cool. Well, this is my take on light versus heavy armor. So, as we can see here, yeah, at the beginning, you always want to start with light armor, just because heavy armor offers just minuscule protection. However, as your smithing skill goes up and up, that's when you can decide to switch over to heavy armor and just go with that, because that's when the heavy armor actually starts. Once the gap between heavy and light armor starts getting uh, over 100 armor rating, that's when you can actually think over to switch to heavy armor. All right, and yeah, my favorite armor is always light armor. Again, that's because Skyrim is so easy, you don't really have to care so much about physical damage reduction, etc. All right, well, thank you very much. This is all my take, and have a good day.